What's going on, everyone? So Patrick Beverley has served his 3-game suspension and can return tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers. And personally, I hope that they don't start Patrick Beverley tonight. I know Darvin Ham really likes Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup, but the starting lineup has just been so much better since Patrick Beverley's gone. We're scoring more in the starting units. The defense is improved in the starting units. Dennis Schroeder has really stepped in and been very solid for the Lakers. He's also an actual scoring threat, which helps. And I just think you have 5 guys with, Dennis Schroeder, Troy Brown, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then, Walker. Those 5, you have 5 guys that can score, right? The problem with Patrick Beverley is he's not a scoring threat by any means. Teams are sagging off of him where they can't do that with Schroeder. Schroeder's knocking down his shots. He's really stepped up. He's looked good the last few games. I expect him to continue to improve, and I'd like them to keep that rotation intact. I think that that's a good starting rotation. I think it's pretty balanced given the players that we have currently on the team. So I'd like them to keep that stability in the starting lineup. And I think that starting lineup also matches up really good against the Portland Trail Blazers. So hopefully Patrick Beverley doesn't come back and immediately start in the starting lineup. If you're Darvin Ham, you have your excuse, right? We've been good. We look good. We should have won all 3 games, without Patrick Beverley, and we won all of them. And unfortunately, we lost to the Pacers game, and that was rough. But still, Patrick Beverley wasn't going to be the deciding factor in that game at all. So hopefully Darvin Ham kind of sees that and goes, okay, let's keep this starting lineup intact. Now, Troy Brown Jr. he might be missing tonight's game due to injury. And if that's the case, you're not going to put Patrick Beverley in his place, or at least I hope not. So my question is, who will they put in the starting 5? Are they going to go big, maybe have Thomas Bryant, move LeBron to the 3, Thomas Bryant, or maybe Winning Gabriel? I wouldn't mind that approach. If they had, one of those 2 start in sort of Troy Brown's place and go big and let's see what a bigger lineup looks like, especially Winning Gabriel. I wouldn't mind Winning Gabriel starting next to Anthony Davis. He's not a great shooter, but the hustle and the defense and stuff like that, I think could be huge for the Lakers. Or go Troy Brown, or instead of place of Troy Brown, go Thomas Bryant, who I think could come in and add some size, add some length. He's been great hustler. Although I'm sure Darvin Ham likes Troy Brown running with Russell Westbrook. I kind of do too, right? I think Winning Gabriel, Thomas Bryant, and Russell Westbrook have a really good connection. So I'd imagine you want to keep one of them. But I wouldn't mind the experiment. I want to see more of Thomas Bryant and Anthony Davis on the court. I wish that Darvin Ham would utilize that more and just use Thomas Bryant more, period. Thomas Bryant efficiency is through the roof for the Lakers so far. And even in limited minutes, he's been great. And so I don't know why Darvin Ham is allergic to playing him more. I don't know if maybe he just wants to ease him in as he comes back from injury, but he's played Dennis Schroeder plenty of time. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. Or they could just go Austin Reeves. That's another approach that they could go. Have Austin Reeves come in, although they'd be a little small, having Reeves at the 3, or, maybe Walker at the 3. And then Reeves at the 2, and then Schroeder at the 1. That would be my guess. That would be the approach that they'll go, is have Schroeder, Reeves, Walker, LeBron, and Davis as the starting 5. Or maybe we finally get a JTA signing, right? It's been kind of curious why he hasn't played. I know he was available last few games, but he hasn't played at all. I know he was, in street clothes for most of the season so far, but let him get some run. Maybe he can kind of reinvent himself. We've seen guys Dennis Schroeder comes in starting lineup, actually plays better. Kendrick Nunn actually played better when he was moved in the starting lineup for one of those games. So maybe JTA can come in the starting lineup, provide that length, that defense, and maybe some scoring, give us a little scoring. I wouldn't mind testing JTA a little bit and just seeing what has he got? What can he bring and offer to this team, especially in replace of Troy Brown? You got a guy that has been there, has experience, can play some defense. He's got some size. He can't be worse offensively than Patrick Beverley, because Patrick Beverley is the worst offensive player in the league. So, anything you get from Toscano Anderson is more than what you're going to get for Patrick Beverley. Whatever it is, I just don't want Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup. If you're going to bring him off the bench, fine, bring him off the bench, give him limited minutes, but I don't want to see him plugged back in. Especially with the way Dennis Schroeder's been playing. Dennis Schroeder's been playing so well for the Lakers and is operating and is able to get into the paint, set guys up. His shot, he's hitting some shots, he's scoring some points, he's getting some assists, he's playing that type of defense that Patrick Beverley's been playing, So I'd like the Lakers to continue to leave the starting lineup intact and then just, you got to replace Troy Brown. Okay, replace Troy Brown, JTA, Winning Gabriel, Thomas Bryant, whoever, Austin Reeves, whoever, just not Patrick Beverley. And it doesn't make sense to replace, Troy Brown with Patrick Beverley. It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense because you're going small. So unless they're going to take Schroeder out of the starting lineup, which I don't know why you would when he's played so great for the Lakers. Why would you take Dennis Schroeder out of the starting lineup? And so if you're not going to do that, then you're not going to put Patrick Beverley. So that's kind of my hope, is that Darvin Ham is looking at this, is like, okay, like let's, if you need a defensive stop, right, then sure, put Patrick Beverley in the game. Like have him be like a defensive specialist. At least for right now until we figure out what we're going to do with Patrick Beverley, if we're going to trade him or whatever, But in the meantime, there's 30 seconds left and you need a stop at the end of the half or at the end of a quarter or something like that. Put Patrick Beverley in, let him go get a stop, let him go, do his job, what he's the only thing he can do, which is play defense, and and try to get some stops. Cool. But to have him playing ample minutes game in and game out, he's just such a liability. He's no threat on the offensive end. None at all. And again, at least Schroeder and, Walker and Reeves and Russ and everybody on the team is more of an offensive threat than he is. So I would really like to see the Lakers kind of, just move away from Patrick Beverley, especially if the reports are true that the Lakers are looking to potentially trade Patrick Beverley on the 15th. We got that report, and which I covered. If you haven't seen that video, go check out that video. But if that's true, then you would imagine you don't want to play Patrick Beverley too much because you're trying to unload him, right? And so I would imagine that he's not going to get crazy ample minutes. Not that he deserves them, but again, keep him as a defensive specialist. Let him go out there, get some stops when we need them, stuff like that. But for the most part, keep the starting lineup intact, keep the team intact, and I think we'll be good. I'm not big on Patrick Beverley, which sucks because I was excited for when he came to the Lakers. I really did. I mean, his win shares were incredible last year. He was really good last year for a T-Wolves team. That defense, that tenacity, that hustle. Look, there's no doubting that he's a team guy. There's no doubting that he's a locker room guy. The problem is he's a $13 million offensive liability. His defense isn't that good this year to where it's justifying playing him. And it's like, it's just, unfortunately, it is what it is. He's the player that he is this year. It sucks that he fell off a cliff, but he did. He has, and I really didn't think that he was going to. I mean, I was excited. I was looking forward to Patrick Beverley being here. I was like, cool, you got that dog, you got that, that locker room guy, you got the 3-and-D guy. His win shares are incredible, so he's going to help this team get some wins. Like, you need a guy like that, and I agree, we do need a guy like that, but not a $13 million guy that's our only viable trade asset outside of Russell Westbrook as far as contracts go. Like, unfortunately, he's the odd man out. Unfortunately, he's the guy that's got to go, and you need to stop playing him in the starting lineup if you're going to start trading him. If the plan really is to trade Patrick Beverley to go try to upgrade the roster, like the report that came out said, well, then you need to start other guys other than Patrick Beverley so they can kind of build that chemistry, build that camaraderie, build that, transition in the starting lineup and, get some wins going forward. So, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Again, I'm not really high on Patrick Beverley. I really, really hope Darvin Ham doesn't start Patrick Beverley tonight. I really do. I hope that they just keep the starting lineup intact. Troy Brown doesn't play, okay, fine. Swap Troy Brown, JTA, Austin Reeves, go big, Winning Gabriel, Thomas Bryant, any of those guys, anybody but Patrick Beverley. I don't care. Just don't have Patrick Beverley in the starting lineup. But those are my thoughts and opinions, and as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you agree? Yes, absolutely not. No Patrick Beverley. Keep Patrick Beverley out of the starting lineup. Do you think, no, you got to play him like he's good, for the energy in the starting lineup, whatever. However you feel, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.